Okay, guys, we're just getting set up. Give me a bit of time. Okay, audio feedback check 1 2 1 2. Okay, audio feedback. Again, that seems to be good. Sorry if you had any feedback just then. Right, I think we are I think we're all fed, watered and ready to go. Well, I do need more coffee. You know? Can never be enough coffee. So here we go. Perfect, we're in. So today, guys, we're gonna do some Blender. It's been a while since I've done any serious Blender. So, to ask that the last two streams on TypeScript have been disastrous because I think Christmas holidays is always a bit of a, hey, Dark After Dark, how you doing? Thank you for the like. The sort of 2 weeks over Christmas are always, I'm not being funny. You don't sleep properly. It's just one long VR party and that's a problem. So I think, back to work tomorrow. Let's see how we do. So, yeah, I said TypeScript streams have been a little bit disastrous because, to be honest, I haven't really been in the mood for doing it anyway. And that's why very often I've looked like I was falling asleep on them and they just ended them early. Yeah, but let's get back to making things in Blender. So here I'm trying to redo the VR areas right now. Oh, thank you very much for the roses. And Duffy. Room buddies and question Malta from Timmy Bears. Malta. I'm trying to remember, mate, because my mind is not what it used to be. But I do remember Timmy Bears vividly. Hi, Separate Dave, how you doing? See there, how you doing, guys? You okay? So yeah, these boring, boxy VIP rooms we're going to replace with nice-looking circular ones. So they're going to have a sort of a little loungy area, which is nice. People can sit in. I'll put some seats in here. They're going to have a little pool area as well. I'm undecided whether or not to put this like as a window on the side and sit, or keep it as a door. I'm thinking a window actually might look kind of cute. Yeah, I'm thinking a window might look kind of cute. Let's make that a window, hey? Okay. Great. How are you guys doing? When we talked, I sound like a British dude way out with Mr. Yeah, well, there is that. So I'm still online. I still run a place. Jenny and Dairy are still around as well. We are still incredibly good friends, but we've made so many more friends as well. And so I now run the White Lotus, and those guys still help me out, which is lovely. Yeah, it's good again that those relationships have lasted. I gotta be honest, because through the years we've met so many people, and so many people have disappeared offline, never to come back, and without sort of any mention. And I do worry, but it's like, I get it. I gotta respect people's privacy or privacy, depending how you pronounce it. So it's fine. Good stuff. Hi, Angel. How you doing? So I need to be in edit mode for this, okay? So what I'm going to do to make a cute little window, I'm probably going to select these two because they're parallel, and I need to grab them down on the Z, okay, and bring them down to about, oh, I know, what's a bit spicy? In into about that level, it's fine. So I'm actually kind of reversing the changes that I had before, so let me just one and, oh, this is going to be difficult. It's probably a smarter way to do this, but I don't want to do an entire loop cut. Yeah, that's better. Okay. See it. So if I G and Z that downwards. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to apply a loop cut to this whole structure. So if I just sort of make sure I'm in, object mode. I'm going to say I'm going to say loop cut here. When this loop cut, I could have done with 2 loop cuts actually. Yeah, oh no, article sheet we show and receive, that's good. Good, that can work with that, I think. So if I just pop them in there, I should be able to G and Z that down to about that level. I noticed the loot cats do like really funny things over here, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Try to buy Quest 3. Wonderful. Yeah, it's a sound investment at the moment. I think Quest 3s are still pretty new. But right now there's a lot of experiences that will be coming out for Quest 3s exclusively. Plus being a standalone thing as well means you don't need to be chained to a PC at the same time, which is always a really good thing. You know, PC VR is, when I came onto VR originally, PC VR was the only way. Now you can go standalone. I recommend it. Like, sure, you get better graphics running PC VR, but yeah, no, I did so many years I did that. I'm not going back now. I think for a lot of people who've just discovered PC VR in the last few years, I'm excited for them, but at some point I reckon I'll tail it corner and I'll be like, hey, actually, that's quite nice not being chained to a PC, because even the streaming is sometimes a little bit, you know, laggy sometimes. Can be. It can have bad days, which is frustrating. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extrude. No, am I gonna extrude this? I'm not sure. Okay. Now, I think if I pull that inwards. Oh. This is probably a very, very bad way of doing it. So I'm trying to double think myself now. Yeah, that's not a good way of doing it at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the interface. This is quite difficult to see what I'm doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the slash key, which allows me to see it and abstract it. It's just the object in view. So what I need to do now is on the interface of this object, if I haven't, there needs to be a loop cut here. So if I say, I'm so afraid of... I'm trying to rethink the VIP rooms. They're too boxy. And I'm trying to do them kind of circular shape with a couple different levels and just to expand them out a bit. Which might be a waste of time, but it's something I just want to try. So if I come in here now, I need to, yeah, I'm trying, working with circles is quite difficult. But, you know, whatever. Might look good. We'll find out. So if I say edge loops, that's loop cat. So if I just select on the inner circles now, okay. So you've now got two inner loop cuts here. Right, this is the tricky part. Because I need to select loop cut 1, which is this inner one, and then I need to basically G and Z it up to here. Then with this one, I need to just confirm that is the inner loop cut also. Yes, it is. G and Z. Yeah, so they're now level, okay? It's probably screwed up the topology, but that's okay. I'm okay with that, because if that's on the inside, it's going to be invisible. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll just have a quick look. Hey, that's master texture as well, if I can. I can't really see the texture. It's very, very light in here. But we can always do a smart projection, I guess. But I'm going to try it, you know, and let's try it. So if I say UV, smart UV project. I don't know, that might fix the problem. I can't see any weird aberrations going on here, and inside the pool. Sorry, it's not a pool actually, that's like a pad area. That's going to be like a little interior bed pad, just a comfy thing. I quite like those sort of surfaces that sort of swallow people's bodies in Horizon. They just feel quite comfy. I think they do a lot of that over in VR chat as well, but it's nice if you're up there with a group of people. It just makes you feel comfortable. It's like having your hot tubs that come up to sort of chin height. Make sure these are smooth as well. F3, because they don't look smooth from here. Shade smooth, great, okay. So that's fine. I'm going to work on beveling this bit as well when I'm a bit further down, but for now I just want to work on, if I just bring this back a sec. Oh, alright. don't pay attention to the block cutting through it. That block is not going to make it into the final thing. I just need to get the proportions right. So if I take this back to wireframe, the main things I'm focused with is this is Blender, Sophia, this is Blender. So I'm unusually focused today. Well, I had a really weird thing, right? So I was like trying to have a nap in the afternoon, okay? And I kept like trying to fall asleep, and I was like waking up quite violently. It's really strange. Don't know what that was all about. It's kind of jolting. I think what we're gonna do here, yeah, we're gonna. Can I bridge this? There's a technique called bridging, and I don't know if I have to delete faces first, but we're gonna find out. Bridge edge loops. Oh, there we go. So now just cut a hole in it. Notice that I cut a hole in it without using a boolean tool there. It's a far cleaner way of doing it. It's a bit more technical. It is going to be in the Lotus, so yeah, at some point I'd like to start building outside, but there's so much needs to be done on the Lotus. To us, there's so much needs to be finished on it as well. So really, I should be looking at the stuff that's in there. But I just had a bit of a vision in my head as to, you know, it'd be kind of nice to come up with something a bit different. So what I might do is I might port this in for tonight. It'll be completely unfinished, but I just want to kind of check the dimensions. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new group, okay? So this is going to be new. See, my brain is just fuzzing up there. I want sofas under here. I want like curved sofas looking out into the window where the hot tub is. And then I want a staircase just packed around here. That might be quite tricky to do in most dimensions. Let's make the staircase super simple. It's impossible. Okay, let's see what I'm playing with. So just needs to be blocks you can jump on. Really, doesn't need to be anything more than that. I could do something really sort of fancy, but it just doesn't seem to be a point. Ooh, hey Anton, how are you doing? Okay, let's come out of here. Let's just pull actually I'm gonna just bring my 3D cursor up here because I'm getting a bit bored of dragging items. So that's usually Shift S, and we say cursor to selected. There we go. So he's right there. And if I say Shift A, let's get a is it a circle that I want? I'm not sure. I could probably do it with the cylinder. Yeah, I could probably do it with the cylinder. Yeah, there's an idea in my head. I'm just trying to work out what it is. So if I put a modifier on that, I want to say, that's actually, sorry, I'm going to delete that cylinder. There's way too many sides to that. So if I say mesh, cylinder, let's take that down to like 4 and see what the effect is. Oh no, for her cylinder with 4 sides is a box. Of course, it is. Right, so take that up to 5. Not quite curvy enough. I think probably we're looking for an 8, maybe. I don't know. I don't know at this stage. Let's power on and see how it looks. So I will need to scale that up, okay? And then I need to G that. No, I think that's far too few. Maybe, I don't know how many I used on the original one. Mesh, cylinder. Let's pump that all the way up to like 16 or so. Yeah, 16's a good number. That's relatively smooth without being too wasteful. So if I do that, so it's kind of in the center roughly, doesn't have to be exactly, because we're gonna have to adjust it out, and then we'll like S that all the way up here. So no, just G that again. I guess sure. And then I'm gonna S that again up. Okay, and then I'm gonna R that, so I'm gonna rotate it just a little. Just a little, guys, just a little. Now we're gonna use a modifier called Solidify, which allows us to it probably would have been bad to do with an array, to be honest. We'll get there. So if I solidify, I'm just gonna call this something. It's always useful to name your objects, as it calls, so I'm gonna call it steps, alright? So that's solidify that is put on it, and adjust the thickness of that. So that is well sick, innit? Take that a little bit more, just like that. See, I'm not sure where to put the steps coming around this way. I think that's kind of wasteful. I don't want to do that, actually. But I think by the pool feels like I'm making use of that space. So potentially I could do that. Okay. That's very nice. It's fine. Let's hit. Come on. Yeah. Sorry, that's solidify. What will we do? Okay. So I sort of pull that away. And I need to... I'm out seeing this in wireframe. That's weird. I'm out seeing all the cuts. Look, I mean... No. Oh, it's because I'm not in object mode. That's fine. Okay. So that's okay. I can deal with that. As I'm looking at this stuff, you would be an array job. What time is it? 5:05, okay. So my brain is definitely in full burnout at the moment. Everything I'm trying to do, I'm overcomplicating. I'm just getting nowhere. But we will plow on. So if I apply that... Now, let's just see how disastrous this is. If I go back to edit mode, I need to get rid of this face here. Else you get rid of the bottom faces because they're just not needed right now. No, what the sad. I need the inner face. Yeah, no. Bad. Where is it? Come on. Where is he? No. There is the bottom face. I'm just struggling to see it. Oh. So you will get rid of that face, because that's got to go anyway, but there is another face just here. There he is. Get rid of that face. So what I need to do is to bring... If I G that on the Z axis and pull it up to about here. I should snap placed if I select somehow. Where am I? I don't think select that. So if I G that on the Z, pull it there to about here. See what that's done, that's fine. So if I now bridge. Actually, I don't think I want to bridge that. It's a bottom face. It seems irrelevant. So if I go there and here, I say F3, I say bridge. And here, bridge actually, so that now creates those. There. So I'm just going to quickly check my handiwork and make sure that... Oh, just focusing on that thing. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh. Who's still with me? Anyone at all? I don't think I'm even with myself, but that's okay. Let's plow on. Oh, man. big stretch and another shape, but because if I try sleeping on the sofa, I'm incredibly tired, and then I just kept kind of waking up a lot for a change. Thank you, Larissa. Yeah, I haven't said anything for a while. I just thank you, Rainmaker. Yeah, I'm just incredibly bloody tired, mate. Incredibly bloody tired. Aye. Right, here we go. But thank you, Rainmaker. Oh no! Oh, Rainmaker, oh god, the bot got you. I think you didn't like the way it asked, but I'm gonna have to think with that bot. You have to be a little bit less sensitive with the language. It's that's funny. No, don't apologize. It's not intentional. I mean, yeah. I did set the bot up very quickly. I think I might have just set it to sort of full strength moderation, just because I know you can get a lot of iffy comments. There's a lot of iffy people on YouTube, so maybe I just left it at full to block out the iffies a little bit. But you're not iffy, you're okay. You should. Okay. So let's just jump up to here. Oh mate, I don't know what I'm doing right now. This is crazy. So if I G that down and it's to come down to about here, I think is a starting point. Then we have to select the lower rings, which is all this crap. Oh no, we need to be selecting edges. So if we've got, yeah, that's fine. Or we can work with that. So if we say G and a Z and pull it up to here. Okay, now I need to try and use my sight beyond sight to work out what the bloody hell I'm supposed to do. I think if I go top down, that might give me my best shot. So if I select that, and that, maybe this seemed like a waste of time, didn't it? It's like I could have just done with 2 bloody blocks. I might keep that one actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep that one. Okay, and let's pull this downwards. So if we say like extrude on the Z, ooh, Z is already locked in there, that's fine. So we're just going to pull that down to there. And that appears to have unfortunately left the sides on, which is not ideal, but that's okay, because we can fix those. If I take the sides off now, I know, it's probably go. Yeah, those sides are not desirable. Okay, that's fine. That's one. So, if I take that, I take that, I take that, I take that. I mean, is that winning the war slightly for me? Don't know. Favour me kind of with the shape that I wanted, which is nice. Shouldn't take that out as well. Okay, let's just try it again. Whatever I clicked wasn't the right button, so 2, 3, 4. I think that's because I can make these smaller. Don't forget, so that's okay. So what I'm going to do also is bring that in, and that in. Well, I think, to be honest, the rest of it I don't actually need. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the rest of it I don't need. Oh, actually, there is one thing. Let's bring that as well, because we do need these. So if I now invert selection, so if I say select and invert, so what we're going to do is we're going to just delete everything else. I think this is right, I'm not sure. So we're going to say, yeah, delete faces. Sheds, leave us with just this boxy formation here, which is quite nice. Now, I could have done this with an array and a curve, of course, but I didn't, because I'm an idiot. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I want to select top faces. I think just doing this 5 teleports, to be honest. Right, if I just go side peep, and then I'm going to pull that and G, and downwards just to about here, okay? That's nice. I kind of want to inch it just past that little bit area, just past it. Wonderful. I'm gonna have to address that cutting into here as well, so that will be another thing that we'll be doing. But for now, if I extrude that, no, if I extrude that downwards, see, it's not quite what I was after. I want to say, extrude edges? No, it's not it. Extrude faces, is that? What's this? See, it's not, well, I'll do what I wanted, but that's not the end of the road, that's fine. Problem is, well, I haven't done this using good matrix. Let's just extrude faces. It's all very manualist, guys. This is not a good way to model. This is where the array tool would have just nailed it perfectly. We'll come back and have another go, I think. If I tidy this up a bit. So, extrude faces. I'm just gonna sort of pull that down. I need to lock that on this head a little bit. So, I mean, it's not looking too bad. It's not exact, but, you know, it's not looking too bad. So I think the next thing I need to do here is possibly to delete that. Faces. Delete that. Faces. Delete that. Faces. Delete that. Oh, no. Don't want to delete that. Delete that. Faces. Yes, delete that. Faces. Delete that. Faces. Delete that. Faces. You've got the opposite faces as well. This is not my tidiest work, I'm sorry. Oh, but if we just go up here, we delete that. Faces. Faces. I might have more luck deleting edges, actually. If I just do that, what happens? So that deletes that. But that's okay, I can face to that one. So delete that edge. Delete that edge. Delete that edge. And I think, not sure why this one's still up in the air. Yeah, I'm not sure if I deleted too much here. Oh, that's disappointing. That's highly disappointing. Can I remedy that? Not sure. Let's just delete that. Just delete the edge. I think I see what's happened. Because I deleted edges, it's actually killed a load of stuff that would be useful. Thank you very much, Mystic Beast. So I haven't been streaming much recently. I've just been incredibly tired. I'm busy. Yeah, that's interesting. But this has not come down to where I thought it would have. If I just G and Z that, whoa, no. If I extrude that down to here, right? That might face it. So, and I guess just delete some of these. See what happens. Oh no, that's not going to enjoy life, is it? Let's see what happens. If I delete the vertices, yeah, no, that's actually wiping out way too much. So, if I... It's a big hiccup. I'm starting to think this might have gone. Better how they hurt you. Yeah. Should we withdraw so we try it a different way? So we could do it using an object offset, and then it wouldn't have to be that precise. So, okay, let's give it a go. So if I just go here, see stats, be gone, we're done with you. You weren't working. So if I say, Shift 8, mash. So it's a plain could work. No, we'll bring in a cube. We'll worry about the access shortly. So, what I'm going to do also is I'm going to bring in a, shadow. you want to do that. Shift A just opens everything up, which is really annoying. Where's my cube? Where's my cube? So easy to hit Shift A as well. What do you have for tea? Yeah, you got fish in the freezer. I have fish. Say hello. Tune. Okay, so there's our cube. I'm going to call it steps, just so we know. Ways and steps. Well, it's complaining because there's already another step somewhere of us, so it's fine. So if I just G that over here, so we're going to shrink that on the x-axis, okay? And I'm also going to just do something, I'm going to scale that on the x-axis also. Okay, just a little, just a little, not too much. So now we're going to, well, you'll add an empty, I think. Oh no, empty is going to be plain axis, okay. And we are going to pull that over to sort of here. And we're going to call it steps pivot. Okay. We're going to now add in a modifier on the actual step. Yeah. Which is going to be... let's just secure that headset a bit more. There we go. Generate wraith. Relative offset. We'll revisit that because I think it's... Yeah, we need an object offset on this one. And we're going to do that to stats pivot, okay? Oh, Jesus, look at that. So, what's happened here is the primary object, the template object, believes it's at a higher scale. So if I say Control A, I say, yeah, apply the scale to that. It now levels itself out. So what I need to do is change the factor of this, I think, to be -1. That's it. And then I need to find these steps pivot, and now this will command what happens here. So if I rotate it just a little, this is where I have to be a little bit careful, okay? Oh, that puts it got snappy on, which is going to work against me, of course. Lovely. The emis modifier, I'm going to need a few steps, okay? Come on, hurry up. I don't know. Bunch of steps, guys. Bunch of steps. And I have to remember I have to move these together. So if I rotate or anything, they gotta all go as one unit. So if I just G that away, okay. And we can clean this up afterwards. It's not a problem. So if I just rotate that a little bit more, as long as it's buried in the wall, doesn't matter too much about the exactness. This is not a geometrically perfect design. So what I need to do now is pull this out, kind of that way. Okay. Oh. Hopefully oh no, hang on. Let's do no pull transform orientations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say like, grab that, do. So, okay, yeah, it's a weird one. But if I specify, I think it's on the x-axis. No, it's not, it's on the y-axis. So y will allow me to follow suit, look, and widen those steps. And I'm going to come back and trim off the bits that I don't need, that's fine. But let's see. I think if I go back to the mountain pivot, I know. Oh, right. And if I just G that, what happens? Oh. Oof, okay, well. As long as it follows the wall, don't care about exactness. Let's just rotate. Oh. Okay. Oh, come on now. Up to hell. It's really dark, but you can probably see just about what I'm doing here. Okay, wonderful. I think that is... That's going to win, I think. So the next bit we need to do is make sure it's behaving itself on the vertical. So, we need to make sure the first step... Oh, shit. Okay, scale it. Upon Z needs to come... Oh, no. Hang on. We just scale it with a steps pivot, I think. So if I... no, I don't need to do that. If I scale it down, like so. Okay. I'm just trying to gauge it a little bit. Now what I do is I apply the scaling. Oh, what the fuck? Pull out of there. Wrong way. I think. Yeah, wrong way. I scaled it the wrong way. Oh, I'm an absolute idiot. That's okay. So if I just do it this way instead, just to make sure I'm actually doing it right. So if I G in on the Z axis down to about here, okay? Yeah, that's trying to affect. Then simply, we need to make sure that both the steps and the steps pivot go up. So we're going to grab that on the Z, okay? And we're going to move that just so it's in line with swimming pool. Or the paddling pool, whatever. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take just the pivot, okay? And we're going to grab that and we're going to pull him upwards so that he actually comes up to about, well, let's see there. What should he do, I think? I'm a little bit nervous because it knocks that when he steps is below the pool. No, it's just my imagination. So if I sort of come in here and show you what just happened, maybe I can turn on some solid rendering so we can actually see it for maybe the first time. So ignore the box. Actually, I'm going to have to get rid of that now. And so when the colliders, okay, I'm just going to snap a little look here. So in the colliders, also expanded, isn't it? So the balconies, I need to turn off. Well, let's turn off the balconies. So you can actually see they have a shape that starts to assume, which is actually way out of whack. And what the heck is that? The end non-collidable bit. But what's interesting here, like, is I need to sort this out. So if I G oh, hello. Oh, what the fuck, man? Did that just delete it? Right. Try it again. G X. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna pull that just up to about. There it goes. I just spotted some aberration going on here. You can see that this here is thinking that it needs to be smooth shaded because it's being pulled out from, well, the bridge view. And that's not the case. We don't actually want it to be smooth shaded because it looks abysmal. So if we just focus on here. If I hit F3 and I see flat, because that would look really terrible in the game engine. So flat faces. You can see it's retained the smooth sides on here, but on here it has not, so that's fine. Okay. Wonderful, guys. Here we go. Cool. So, yeah, I've got somewhere in here, if I go, because I'm a little bit out of working on this main build, sadly. I'm off the colliders. Oh heck, was that a collider? No way. We got non-colliders? Yeah, we have. Non-colliders are not shown now. Which is bonkers because then I don't understand where that thing's coming from. He must be in reference points. No? Oh, is he in here? Oh no, wait, what? And are you? Let me just, if I use their dot on the numeric pad, it'll tell me it's a terrace table block. Oh god, no, it's not. So he actually needs to be in balconies. So let's bring him back. Terrace table block. Now, I have problems with my mouse at the moment, guys. So it keeps letting go of things mid-dragging, which is the worst thing. It's the worst thing ever. So I'm just going to use Control X. And I'm going to put that into one of the balconies. Okay, so I don't know, balcony 3, let's see, guess. Now, what? Right. I don't know what it was now. So this one, I need to Control X that, okay? Control X? Is that another thing? Control C? No? This problem with my mouse has got so bad now that I literally cannot drag and drop something anywhere. So I'm just going to try and very quickly. Yeah, it's going to need a new mouse. So if I hate that this is all expanded, but now it's the worst. Right, okay, it's squarely, so you can now see I've got the basic shapes going on here. There's not much room to play this. Yeah, that might be okay. But I think, to be honest, I need to really focus on bringing this back in. I could get extruded too far out. So if I say GM and Y, let's just bonk him back up and see what happens. And also this. Oh, none of this looks right. Fine, try this. Ooh, okay. So there are gaps between them, unless that's part of my problem. So if I do the steps pivot here, and let's pull this up here. I'm really looking forward to tea time. I think I'm gonna have truffle chips again. They were really nice yesterday. And I'm pretty unhealthy, but you know. Hey AJ, how you doing? Yeah. So if I just come down here a sec, let's just pull myself in so I can actually see what's going on. If I just give us a little preview. So it's okay. I mean, of course, I'm very aware this is sort of sticking out of the pool. Let's see. I think. I am not what I wanted to do, but it might work. So leaving a weird little area behind you, which I'm not too precious about again, but I don't know, it's not the neatest design to be honest with you. I've done better. Maybe when I pull this up. Hi Evan. Evan sounds like a Welsh name. It's really jammy. Okay, so if I starting to think, do I need to give it more? Not sure. I mean, I think I'm gonna apply the livery, because then that's gonna allow me to adjust it in ways that I can't currently do when it's arrayed. So if I now, yeah, okay, I think we've got this. I wonder when the band room is on tonight. I'd like to go to that. I spent so much time in the Lotus that, yeah. Oh, quite nice to nip out to that. How am I doing? Is that even selected? Yeah, let's go have faith in this end. Okay, so for now, yeah, okay. If I grab that and shove it up to here, okay, then that could work, okay, and if I do the same here, achieve that over here, yeah, it's all buried in the walls, it doesn't matter about exactness too much. Okay, so can I get away with this? I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those men kids. Okay. I think I've done it. I think the lords of geometry are smiling upon me today, guys. I think they're enjoying this. Yeah, I'm cool. Alright, lovely. Now I need to do a similar thing just here, okay? So if I just G that over here. So pull that to about there. Should we? I just need to make sure that the snapping's not naffing it up, because that has happened in the past and it's very disappointing. Let's try. I mean, sure. So, oh, Jesus, now. Ay, Dios mío, as the Spanish would say. I hope that's not that. Putting that into here. This can go here. Let's go here. Just marking that even at equipment. So, last one. Okay. Hi, Ben Daring it, my dear. Ben Daring it. Okay. This would actually probably come to effect here, just to make sure it's not intruding in on the pool or the downstairs area. Okay. Oh. That's a good point. The downstairs area is a thing, isn't it? I need to watch out for that, because this could be the solution for that. Well, yeah, right. Let's turn that off, and then if we just jump into this kind of viewport shading, and then we can actually come in and have a look. Come in. Right, I mean, it's not the tidiest geometry I've ever seen or made, but you know what? It's not visible on the inside of here. And that is, though. That's going to need to be sorted. Let's try pulling in the face and see if that happens. So we're still on local. So if I press G on that, G, and then I'm going to be going, I think, that line seems a bit skewed. Let's put her a Y. No, it's not Y. Me. Okay, wait. Oh, I know. Can try it. Oop. Okay. All right. I mean, that seems to have done it. All right. Seems to have done it. That's kind of magical. Me gusta. I need coffee. Hi, Katie. How you doing? Sorry, we're staring at a big grey screen. We're not intentionally staring at a big screen. We're just kidding. There is more going on in here. It's just I'm creating a sort of a relaxation capsule. Also, will be a VIP lounge. I want to come up with. Thank you very much, Kate. I want to come up with very different designs for all these VIP lounges as well. So this is me just grey boxing an idea. I got a nice little sort of almost like a raised bedding area, because bedding areas are kind of cool. People like to come in and just hang out in those. And then down here we're going to have our little sort of hot tub, I guess. See that, or do the hot tub at the top? I'm not sure. Ooh. I'm not sure. I kind of like the idea of having the hot tub at base level and then having like a lofty bed area. That seems kind of nice. I think I'll do that. And then in here, just a little lounge with some seats as well, with a little window. So if people are in the hot tub, they can talk to the people then. Yeah, I quite like that. I'm working with quite a small space. These have got to be about the same size as the existing VIP lounges. And I may put a curved roof in at this rate, actually. I think that could be kind of cool. Anyway, how are you? That's an open question to anyone who's watching on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. I hate Driftwood. How are you? How much have you seen Driftwood? Do you know about my secret plans and replace the VIP lounges with curvaceous things in Alp? So yeah, so I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come out of edit mode here. What time is it? All right, so I'm going to put on the edit in about 20 minutes, I think, guys, because I think I'll end the stream in 20 minutes, but until then I'm going to push on. I would like to try and get a test of this in for tonight's build, so that people can have a look. It is a dangerous move because I haven't checked the proportions yet, but I can always do that, right? But one of the VIP rooms will be switched out with this. Yeah. Hey, everyone's happy to learn. That's a good thing. So if I'm going to quickly, I've applied the pivot, so I'm going to remove that pivot. If you try and import empties, you can use empties to do array transformation scape. But if you remove empties before importing into Horizons, you won't get any errors. Horizons doesn't like importing empties. If I just go into this menu, you've got this whole empty thing for play and access. Very useful for doing array transformations. But don't leave them in when you export to Horizons. It will throw up a massive wobbler and say you can't do this. It has no faces. So, what do I need to do now, guys? I need to come up with some extra objects. So I'm going to sort of create a new collection, okay? And this is going to be called VIP Room NC, okay? And these are going to be separately exportable. That's going to be at the same level, I think. So, can I do it for that? Yeah, I can. Great. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to need to bring up in edit mode. I click the base because I want to get some water that matches the exact shape. So when I've selected this face, I do a Shift-D, which duplicates it. So I'm just going to carefully do this. Shift-D. And I've now got my pool there. But I'm just going to sort of escape that and press enter. So I should have, if I just grab him and up, yes, that's a separate object. So when I do that, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it and up on the Z, okay? And I'm gonna place it just about here. Now I don't know what the depth is gonna be like at this point, okay? So this is gonna be a bit of a tricky one. But the one thing I do need to do is make sure that the material is set to not warm marble. We don't want marble as the water colour. So we're going to just delete that. Oh, yeah, you have to be outside of edit mode in order to delete things. Oh, actually, I've just realised I missed a step completely. But hey, so now I've got this extra face floating right inside this mesh. I'm going to press P, and P separates it. So it separates the selected thing. You can see that by selection. You can do it by materials and all sorts of that. If I do that, just like so, you can see it's now created another object called inner pool. Now you have to remember to come out of edit mode. Then you can see I've basically got the inner pool here, and then I've got this separate object. So I'm going to call it inner pool water. Okay. And then this, if I just select that, you can now see that's a completely separate object that is magically the same shape. So I'm going to sort of drop him a bit there, okay? So I don't know the stats, so I'm going to have to come back and just take some steers on this. Hey, how you doing, Paddy? How to apply a gift. So, Paddy adds advice from us previously. You just need to get your BAM over to the MACP documentation. And there is, if you search it, there's an animated texture section. It's quite a long article, so I'm not going to go through it here. It has already been written. But you go through it. In short, you have to create a UIO material. And then when you've done that, they provide a script for you that you can use, which is called animatedgif.ts. So it's a fairly long tutorial, but you go through it, it will take you through it. Yeah, like I said, like animated GIF, it is actually the animatedgif.ts that they provide you with. So, there it is in there. Just check the documentation, Benny. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You can follow it through. So make sure you've got about an hour spare. That's all right, but yeah. Okay. So that's the pool water. So now that's a separate object. I'm gonna remove the material off that. And I do have something else calling, I think it's blue liquid, which is an existing material. So if I show you, that should be the same. Oh, up there. Would I use this one? I actually don't know. Blue liquid.vac, no, that's the vertex lit one. I'm so sorry. That's not what I want. There is something in here, which is the one. Pool water.blend, that's the one. It's an unlit texture, which means it doesn't get affected by light, and it provides this really nice sort of caustic stuff. I'm actually going to do some caustic simulations at some point. I intended to do that in the last 2 weeks, but it unfortunately failed. I've been ridiculously tired. I know what's happened. I've stayed up every night, and I've been on the wine. And you combine those two over a long enough period, it really does mess you up. So, yeah, don't do it, is my advice. So this inner pool water, I'm also going to move out to a non-collidable group, because when I export it, it's going to be its own thing. I don't want it to be collidable. The rest of it is collidable. So up here now, I'm going to do a similar thing, but this is going to be like a bedding type shape. And I really don't know how I'm going to perform this, so let's just dive in. I've got a general idea. Let's try it. Hi, Jam. Great. Okay. So if I just tap this, I tap that. So I'm going to do a very similar operation to what I just did, guys. So if I shut these duplicate, okay, press enter, then press P to separate, and by selection, okay, and that basically makes a whole new object. Boop. And there you go, you can see it just behind my thumb. Actually, I'm going to move it away. There you go, just created a separate object just here called Inner Raised Platform 001. It's the same name with the 001 on the end. Now I have to come out of edit mode, okay? It doesn't take you out of edit mode automatically. So I'm going to call it, okay. I'm going to go with bedding because I can't think of a better name. And I would put some cushions in here at some point as well, but that'll come at some point. There's so much I need to work on because I don't like using pre-made assets. I've got a better thing about it. Every time I've tried it, it's been like I've just looked at it and thought I didn't make that. You know, I didn't make that. I didn't go through that journey to make that. And that, I know it says it being a sap, but if I didn't make it, like I know things like statues, for example. Yeah, I didn't make the statue of Zeus in here. That's like one of the only things I'm making here. Just because I'm not that far down the thing where it can actually make statues. But I sure as hell simplified it. That's the thing, you take a full statue scan, it's like that's great, but it's not gonna run it. Good frame rates in here with everything else. So G that up here. So now what we're gonna do with this object is I'm also gonna take off this texture, okay? And I don't know what I'm going to replace it with yet. I think it might be... Was it sofa throw? I can't remember. Yeah, sofa throw is the existing texture. I like reusing existing textures, guys. That's something you gotta know about me. When you reuse existing textures, it makes the level load faster. Because otherwise you're literally making everyone who joins your world have to download a ton of different textures, and that's just, you know, that's not kind, because not everyone's on a super fast internet connection at the moment. So if you're making them download like half a gigabyte worth of textures, you're really onto a sale there. Oh, thank you, Torrent. Cheers. So yeah, just be a little conservative with the textures. People will thank you for it in the long run. That's the other thing as well with memory leaks going on at the moment, that the less sort of complex use of jamming, the less like your world is going to be to crap people's headsets. So it doesn't make it immune. So if people travel around a lot anyway, they're gonna have that memory coming in. So it is a thing, unfortunately. Method do to fix that. So we're going to add a modifier, which we're going to make a subdivision surface. So we're going to subdivide it, and I'm going to take this into wireframe so you can see what's going on here. It says, and then fails to do anything. I think it's because I need to come out of here, possibly. Oh, I'll forget now. Use the multi-resolution I use. Okay, what I'm also going to do, though, is I'm going to possibly extrude this upwards to make it, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, to make it like more a cushion shape. Don't know if that's going to work. We'll find out. So you got subdivision, and then I need to say like add modifier, and this is going to be like deform, okay? Is it smooth? Yeah, smooth seems to be the one, doesn't it? So if I need to bring that in a little, I need to make sure I don't jank it up too much, right, guys? Because that can go very wrong very quickly. Now, don't forget that because the actual object itself is not modified, we haven't applied anything to it. Because I fully plan, actually, in fact, I'm going to do that now. You go on the underside, and I'm going to do the underside of the cushion because I'm subdividing a cushion. It's going to turn this into a whole ton of faces under here. No one's going to see it. It's underneath everything. So if I just delete that face, not the vertices, we don't want to distort everything else, but if I just come up here now, you can see that does have some complexity, but we might get away with it. And the proof of the pudding is always to be like Dead Horizon's handling, because Horizons is a game engine. It's got a lot to do. So you can kind of see all the creases in here, to be honest, right? Kind of see them. So we're gonna have a bit of fun with this now. What's this actors going on here? So, oh, yeah. It might not be smooth that I'm after. I might be after an actual decimation. So let's try and add another modifier, okay? And that modifier is gonna be. Is there a simple deform? Let's have a look into deform. Appellation deform. Okay. Simple deform, maybe? Mesh deform. Surface deform. Let's try a mesh deform. Oh yes, I haven't really played at large with these Oh, Jesus, now. I'm really played at large with all these deformation modifiers. Displacement's a fun one, actually. I have played with that one, because you can basically use an image to displace the size of that. That's rude. I'm going to knock off the smoother, or bring it back in, actually, and slide it down below. Yeah. Wonderful. Let's just have a look in here so we can get a clear look without abstraction. And in this displacement, what's our mid-level? Let's bring that down. The strength. Now, the direction. Custom normal. I don't fucking know. Oh, right, there we go. Hang on. So here we go. New texture. So the new texture that we create, I need to call it no. Bang displacer. Okay, ready? Now, I should be able to edit this, right? So bedding displacer is now its own texture. So the type is not going to be image or movie. It's actually going to be something like, well, we're going to have a flick through. We could try Marvel, and these uses generators, okay? So it can create all kinds of crazy shapes. Now, if I just jump back to the modifiers, we probably need to make this less excited because it's getting a bit carried away. But you can kind of see we can generate some really interesting procedural shapes doing this. Oh, hi, Lacey. I'm not sure I want the smooth go on here. I'm just going to turn that off. That's distracting me. So the strength needs to be less. Ooh. Okay, we need to make sure we are like the 0.01 here. Maybe 0.0 3. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, sure. 5, not too much, all right? Not too much. But we've got like an interesting shape coming out of this. It's a bit too much complexity around the outside, but we'll revisit that. Because of course everything is coming through the cool. Just set that back to catwalk line. So I'm actually okay-ish with the complexity of that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We can definitely see the triangles. But the trick is here, guys, that when I smooth that, right? So if I change it to shade smooth, it's, yeah, do you know what? It looks alright. Looks alright. Not a massive fan of this coming in at a middle, but I guess it is a circular shape, so that's to be expected. But that's kind of heading in the direction I wanted it to be honest. It's not too much variation, because I want people disappearing underneath it. So if I just come out of here, and I just centralize on that, I can bring the abstractions in, of course. That's actually kind of doing the job, guys. Like this, I think there's a bit of gappage around here, but that is actually quite easy to sort from memory, because what I can do is I go in here. I need to just turn on visible so I can just tune down here. Actually, I'm gonna go one better. I'm gonna bring us back to this, okay? And then I'm gonna, yeah. Oh. So I'm gonna select this as a loop down the bottom. Make sure that's the only thing that's selected. And you can actually see, yeah. So the displacer. Oh, okay. Bear with. The vertex group tells it which vertex group to apply it to, okay? So what I need to do is come into, I think it's data. This isn't something I do too often, to be honest. See, constraints, data, that's the one. So in terms of vertex groups, I'm going to call this deformable. It's just a name. Just a name. I could call it deform lay if I wanted it. But let's go with that. So we're going to do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to invert my selection, okay? And so select and invert, and I'm going to assign that, okay? And then I'm going to, just in case I did that wrong, invert, I'm going to remove, and that's a deformable A. So what I've said is deformable A is basically, well, let's deselect all. So if I just select nothing, select nothing, none. Okay. So if I now select a formable A and I say, hey, select them. Okay, I suppose that does make sense, yeah, because it's vertex groups, not edge groups. Yeah, okay, that's fine, that's fine. So now if I come out, we are going to go into here, okay, maybe I turn it up this way, we get the best possible angle on it. So now I'm going to see vertex group deformable A, so apply the displacement to. So you can now see that's kind of smoothed at the edges, right? It basically says you cannot do anything with the edges, you must honor the existing shape. So it's very good, rather than just letting it go absolutely wild on this place. And of course, you've got the subdivision respects that as well. You've got the smooth as well. I'm going to add that in, so that's going to be deformable A2. And that's just saying don't smooth it. So if I just bring everything back, how we look, guys. Let's just turn off the X-ray. You can now see that does actually honor the shape. So you've got ourselves quite an attractive little bedding thing going on here. So if I just G and Z that down a little bit. The great thing is I don't think we have to apply this really before importing to Horizons, which is really nice. Times it. Oh, 5 minutes left in the stream, guys. So I'm gonna have, this is dead exciting, I'm gonna have truffle chips tonight. Oh no, I had them last night. I think I've fallen into a bit of a cycle. So it's basically, you just make oven chips, alright? You make oven chips, leave frying, whatever, right? And then when they're done, you toss them in truffle oil. You put some sort of garlic and herbs on top of it. And then you chuck in a lot of parmesan shavings as well. So it's truffle oil and parmesan on chips. It is incredibly unhealthy. If you eat all the time, you'll probably die. It's not good to you at all, but it tastes amazing. There's restaurants that do it incredibly well. And try to develop a technique at home. The problem is when you cook for yourself, you end up cooking the same thing over and over again, so perfect that technique. And yeah, eating that all the time is getting really bad for you. Like, it's gonna give you a waistline. It's I wouldn't advise it. Yeah, have a little fun, I guess. But if you're eating it every week, that's probably not good. Okay. So I'm also going to flatten this a bit as well. So if we scale this on the Z down a little, oh, that's got a hell of an offset on it, but that's okay. I wonder. Okay, let's bring in little textures and just see what's happened here. I need to make sure the UV map is okay. I mean, I don't know, I think the UV map's going to be screwed up on this one, but whatever. Smart UV projects and unwrap. That should cut it. Okay, guys, so yeah, and there's one thing I want to do last, and I do need to make sure that the bedding is going to be in the non-collidable, because that's to be a separate export, okay? Do I put in... Oh, shit, yeah, it's going to have a balcony on it as well. My bad, let's come back. So we're going to have to put a little cutout here. So, similar trick to what we did with the loop cutting, okay? Let's just make it invisible. Right, what we're going to do... kind of want to do a little push-out balcony, but I think that's going to overcomplicate it. It's a nice idea, but, you know... nice idea. Let's just work this out. So if I say F3 and loop cat, oh yes, I need to be in edit mode to do this. My bad. It's because I'm in wireframe. I thought I was in edit mode. So we say loop, cut, and slide. Oh, just loop cat. Oh, fudge! No, I won't do that. F3. Yeah. Nope. Cut. Yes, we need 2. Yeah, that's the outer side. Okay, now we need to apply something on the inner. So we'll see. Look at, and that's going to be tough. But yes, we're going to do that about. Oh no! Go on, you bugger! Oh, you bugger! Is this because I'm not? Hang on. It is. Let me just come in here. So if I just press that. So now I need to just focus. It's this inner edge. I need to make sure the secondary loop cut is on. So look at. Jesus, I ain't know what I'm doing anymore. I think that's right. Find out. I've always got an undo button if I'm not right. Yeah. Full team right. Doesn't seem right, guys. I'm losing it. Absolutely losing it. Let's try this. F3. Loop cut. Let's try this. It seems to be on the outside again. What are you doing? It's definitely the outside. I suppose that mouth. My grammar on the outside works. So F3. Loop cut. Let's try this. And then, which I trust this, but bonds awake. Okay. Now, see, that's done it on the inside. That outside, I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted at all. So let's come in here. And... maybe if I turn off X-ray, that'll just help give it an assist. So, please make sure I'm in edit mode. Loop, cut. But that seems more, yeah, no, that's not doing it still. Unless they're already loop cut on the inside. Am I going mad? Have I already loop cut this on the inside? Hang on. Oh, bloody hell, I have. Well, that's, okay. Oh my god, that's funny. Okay, from fact to fit, how you doing? So what I'm going to do now, just keep things in line, guys, is I'm going to take an absolute rough estimate on this. So working with circular geometry is very tough as an EB. I'll go safe. Really tough. I would avoid it at all costs. This has been not fun. Kinda. I'm kidding, it has been fun. Alright, so make sure we're in object mode, okay. And then what I need to do is select all as loop, select all. Why can I not select that? You're killing me. Right, okay, let's try that again. So from the inside. What? No, I'm just... I does that. Wait. I don't... I'm seeing a loop cut here, and yeah, am I not in the same object? Is that the problem? That's nuts. Why are you lying? Oh, it's because I haven't applied the right, yeah, okay. Okay, I get it. So solidify modifier has not been applied, so if I just apply that, now I should have access to the geometry. Oh, there we go. You absolute bugger. I can't... I hate that. I hate that so much. Okay. It's my own forgetfulness. That was me that was the problem. Okay, so, now I can decide how I want this big button to be, guys. So, let's go lights here. And we say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm going to say yes, 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 yes. Oh, shit. No. Spin that. Okay. I want to basically... Oh, I've missed one. Let's make sure that's going to be the one I select next. Perfect. So now I'm going to bridge this, okay? So if I just come into solid and turn off X-ray so you can see what I'm doing. If I do F3 and I probably could have done that with faces, actually. No. Okay. Bridge as loops. Let's try it. Oh, that didn't fucking work today. Okay, let's start it again. Maybe it just doesn't like me today. That's fine. So if I just tilt this over here. Wait. So. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. So. Big part of the pro is I can't see little central dots that mark the faces here. So there we go. So. Is that enough? Or let's give more? I don't know. Maybe. Let's try. Okay, so if I... A 3 and I want to bridge. Hey, there we go. So you see that's now actually cut quite a nice tidy hole in there. Which is cool. Now, problem I'm facing here is that this is too... high up, okay? So what I'm going to do to lower this is I'm going to select this inner loop. That's interesting. Where's that map? What are you doing? Wait, so if I, what? Is this my car? Hey, right. Okay, great. 1, 2. Okay. I would pull that one as well. So that does kind of make sense. I hope I'm doing this right, guys. This might be about to feel very, very raw on me. Let's just try it as a sampler. I mean, it seems to be working, which is kind of cool. Sure. Yeah, no complaints. Okay, and I'm also gonna do something a little clever here. So one of these I'm gonna take these. No, that one there. No, that's fucking out. 1, 2, no. It's like he's not selecting the one thing that I want to select. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So turn off X-ray once in a while. It stops you selecting things behind it. It gets confused. I'm just going to save this before I go much further. So what I want to do now is I want to duplicate. Yeah. And then press enter. And I want to extract by selection. Okay. And then I'm going to grab that and pull that. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with you? Extractor 1. Okay. So now I'm going to just grab. Hello? Fuck man. You even... I'm just to prove I'm not going insane, let's try this. Oh, what? No! The hell did I just do then? Self-landing buffer's got this. Okay, so if I... Right, so that's a separate object, so I'm gonna just P that. P selection. Great. I'm going to G that. Oh yeah, I need to come out of edit mode, of course. Out of edit mode. Right. Stretch it. I need to G that down. I need to extrude it, I guess. Oh, I need to go into here. Select all. Extrude. Down just a smidge. I have no idea what I'm doing here. G down. Okay. I think that's going to create quite a nice barrier. Okay, guys. It is 6 minutes past, so I think that's me. I think that's stream done. So my next move now is just to tidy this up a little and get it in as a preview. It's going to look rough as shit, but at least I can say they've done something today. And for that, I'm full unhappy. We good. Remember, don't push yourself too hard. You will burn out. And burnout is not funny. Don't come back from it. Spotted a bit of a kink there. That's a new one. So let me just let's see what ouch, depth. Okay, guys. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. I am going to shut the stream right now. So enjoy and see you later. I think Lotus opens at, let's say, 7:30ish. I'll be there whenever, like, to be honest.